ball. It is your game. It is your creation.
Oh my God, you're so Indubious.
About to have an optimal theory for playing the game.
Whatever you focus upon becomes your truth.
Here we are, Living Indubiously podcast. This is Spencer Iboga Burton.
This is Evie Zest Burton.
Evie Zest. What's up, brother?
What's up?
We got a very special episode today. This is going to be something that I believe a lot of you will enjoy. Evan had the opportunity over the course of the last week here to silence his phone.
I'll call you back later, Ira. Sorry about that.
He had an opportunity over the last week to experience Iboga medicine for the first time. And so we're here today to recount that experience for him and give you a little bit of insight into his experience and a frame of reference. How does it feel, bro?
I feel reborn.
Reborn.
Yeah, I set down all my shit, man, and I left it behind, and I blessed it, said, see you later, and I feel like I'm the person that I've been born to be. I've always been the person, but now I know it, and I couldn't put into words how relieved I feel to know that everything that I always dreamed of in my life, everything that I always knew was me and that was coming for me is true.
Yep.
And that voice has always been there. It's always been guiding me, but I stopped believing it. And it's almost embarrassing to say, but I haven't ever truly been Indubious my whole life until now. And what the medicine does very, very clearly is it takes all your shreds of doubt and it obliterates them. Because, like you said in the fire talk, 99.9999999% is not 100%. It's not. You're either 100% or you're not. And I've always been 99.9999. And that's not my place of power.
Yeah.
That's not living indubiously.
Yeah.
And I've been given the gift that I was born to receive, is to see and to know and to feel and to have permission to be myself and to no longer live with any fear or doubt and just enjoy my life.
Enjoy your life, yeah. And so let's go back for a second. Going into this experience, it seems like a common theme that people have expectations about what the experience is going to be like. And they have an idea in their minds about what that looks like. How did the image of going in differ from what the experience was actually like?
Well, I had hopes and dreams about what it was going to do for me. And because I'd seen how the effect that it has had on you.
Mm-hmm.
And it met me in the place where my hopes and dreams were met and went far, far beyond. I guess that's all I can really say. It's like I was looking at it through a pessimistic lens beforehand.
Yeah.
And one of like, oh, well, it's worked for my brother and we'll see kind of a thing, There was just all these voices. There's always, my whole life, there was these voices in my head that were managing my own disappointment because I didn't ever want to be disappointed by anything. So I was always adjusting my expectations in order to preserve my heart, because I had my heart your heart gets shielded. And man.
And what the medicine's really incredibly good at is letting you realize that it was you the whole time that was shielding your heart. We don't realize the things we do to ourselves and that it's all us. And when we do, we're liberated. The problem is that you have to look at it.
Yeah.
You have to look at it. You have to see what's in there and what you've done.
Yeah, when you came back from Africa, the only way I know how to describe it is it seemed like my whole life I have perceived you as like a boy, like a kid, like a troubled kid. And when you came back from Africa, you were obviously a man. Something had changed. It was annoying to me because I was like, dude, it's like when someone like reaches that state of peace and you're still left in the same place, you're like, fuck you, dude. What, like, you got something going on that I don't, or like, what do you know? Like, and my mind just went to like, this is bullshit kind of an area. Yeah. I'm not proud of that, but that was happening inside of my mind. Yeah. The greater part of myself was happy for you and proud and stoked. Yeah. And there's always that voice inside of me that knew, but that voice was way buried down under my mind.
Yeah.
And getting to go through that ceremony with you, that retreat, and seeing how you operated and how you taught and how you knew how to guide with the medicine and everything that you learned going and learning from Mugenda and the Bwiti, dude, I was just absolutely blown away by how good you are at it, dude. It's crazy. It is crazy. This guy... All you listeners out there, this guy is born to do this, man. He's born to do it. And the experience was just impeccably perfect medicine that I needed.
It fits right in all the holes. And what's true about life and what's true about humans in general is that we create very loud environments in our own minds. And thoughts are just that. They're just thoughts. They're not real. No matter if it's a good thought, if it's a bad thought, positive thinking is all fine and dandy. But in reality, it's fantasy. What's true is in your soul. It's in your heart. And it brings you back in touch. This medicine's really incredibly good at bringing you right back in touch with the fact that you had the truth the whole damn time. It was always right in front of your face. And so what we do because of our minds is we try to figure out the problem. So we try to go to the top of the mountain. We try to go to the guru. We try to travel. And the problem is you take yourself with you everywhere you go. And it's not about being broken and fixing yourself. It's about realization that it was always good the whole time. And I'm not going to play these games with myself anymore. And that's the stuff that when we learn that, we've never been taught that in the West.
Yeah. So I think it would be cool to just kind of go start from the top and go through my
please,
my journey.
This is Evan's Iboga journey, everybody.
It's there's so much that happened that it's going to be hard for me to get every detail, but I did take notes after it also because I really want people to receive this this experience and be able to feel into this with me. So so you take the I took the medicine during the fire talk, which is before you lay down and start having your journey, and you can feel it start tingling in your body, and this bark powder, it's the most bitter, rancid shit you're ever gonna eat. Oh God,
never gets any better.
It is bad, but it was manageable. And so you swallow this bark. It's like eating a little handful of dirt, and you just swallow it down with water. And I'm the first one to lay down. We have two other people here at the retreat with us. I'm the first one to lay down because you get to choose when you want to lay down when you start feeling woozy, and I'm feeling real woozy. They have to carry you wherever you go because they have to like help you walk because your legs just turn into noodles, dude. You cannot when you're fully on the medicine, you cannot walk. And so they take me to my little spot and lay down. So they're playing this Bwiti music, and this music is, it's cool. I've always thought it was cool because Skip listens to it all the time, and but I never got it. But as soon as the medicine's in your system and you're hearing the music, you can feel what's going on. It's like it sounds like this, almost like this insect language. It's this like plant language that's communicating energetically to your body and working with the Iboga. And it's like the best way I know how to describe it. It's almost like it's music that the Iboga's dancing to while it does its work, that allows it to do its work.
Yeah, and it also is a technology to drive the medicine into the places it needs to go.
Oh, brother. And so you're hearing this music, dude, and you're seeing it in this whole new light. It's just, you have to experience it. But you can take my word for it for now. So you're laying down, you listen to this music, and you're on a journey. You're going, you're tripping. I started tripping. I'm seeing lights and feeling all sorts of cool feelings, and just kind of laying there. And I'm a little bit anxious. I'm anxious because I want the medicine to start. I'm like, all right, Iboga, do your stuff. I want to talk to you or whatever. And the first image that I start to see is a coffin closing in my body. I'm like, whoa, what? Get away from me, dude. Stop thinking about that, Evan. Okay, so I feel like I'm like messing with myself. And then 5 minutes later, the coffin starts closing in my body again. And I'm like, dude, stop. It's like, shake it off. All right, stop doing that. And then it starts happening again, like instantly after. And I'm like, okay, Iboga, are you trying to show me something? It goes, oh, hi, you're listening. So it's not talking to you. It's showing you everything through visual.
Images.
So I didn't have any audio experience, but it's all visual. And it's like, it pops up. It's like, hi, okay, you're listening. So here's you. Put yourself in a box and bury it under the ground. Okay, what does that mean? Oh, here, I'll show you again. Here's you. You're a cute little guy with a t-shirt. Aren't you cute? Put yourself in a box, also known as a coffin, and bury it under the motherfucking ground. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I'm like, oh, I get it. It's telling me to bury my old self, because the old me is dying. Just let it go. And I start busting up. I'm just laughing in this room. You want to kind of keep yourself to yourself because you don't want to disturb the room. But I'm really trying to hold in the wildest laughter. And then Skip comes over. He says, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm trying to explain it to him in like a whisper because I don't want to make a scene." And I'm like, "But it shows me the coffee." He's like, "Yeah, it's trying to tell you to bury your old self." And I'm like, "Whoa, dude!" At this point, I'm like, "Holy shit."
The whole process is a rebirth.
This is communicating with me. So the second that I go, okay, bury my old self, and then it's like, boom, next image. So it's true. It's like, Skip's calling this retreat the rebirth, and it's a 100% rebirth. It's 100% a rebirth. It's the old you, it's the old version of you, and the new version of you afterwards. And it was very clear with me throughout the thing. Anytime I would start thinking about some old shit, boom, hey, remember you in the coffin? That motherfucker's buried. He's gone. Stop it. We don't go back there. So the next image it shows me water flowing down stairs. It's like the most beautiful, crazy image. And it's like these little bricks that are jutting out of a wall that make steps, and then this water coming and flowing down it. And I'm like, flow with the steps. It's like, yep, flow with the steps. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then
the medicine will try to lead you slowly for the realizations, because it doesn't want you to miss anything.
Yeah. And and then it shows me, after that, it shows me a very interesting thing that I didn't understand initially, but it showed me a little like railroad track inside of this little tube. It's like a little tube with like kind of like lit up green, and it like comes down, a little railroad track. And there's these little guys on the railroad track that clicking down, click, click. They're like little paper, little like toy looking like little worker guys with little like masks on. And they're clicking down a track, click, click, click. At the time I was like, what the hell is that? That must be my mind. You struggle the whole time. You're like, you think your mind's making it up. And then the second you think your mind's making it up, it goes away, because that's the whole magic of what it's teaching you is that entering the heart space and feeling from the heart and letting your mind take the back seat is the way that you become your true self. Because if there was one thing to derive from it, like that's the magic. And so the second you interject your mind, it messes everything up. So it teaches you through this process how to allow your mind to take a back seat.
Yeah.
And so what I ended up learning, what it was showing me, because I'm sitting there anxious, I'm like, come on, Boga, show me more stuff. And then it shows me that. It's like, we're getting our little guys into your bloodstream as fast as we can. And your bloodstream is getting flooded with these little dudes. So, just chill. It's all going to happen.
Yep.
My little worker guys. And then the next vision that I start to see is, it's very odd because I'm looking up and then I see a spine and the bottom of a skull. So it's like I'm in the womb and I'm looking up. And so instantly I'm like, what does that mean? Does it mean I'm going to have a baby is what the next thing that I thought, which I'll save what that actually ends up meaning later, because that was the second journey that I got that answered. So, and then Skip comes over, and so Skip will come and start guiding you in the questions. So beforehand, you write down a list of questions. You get to write down anything you want to know, any question, and you write it down, and it's on a list, and you're not going to really remember in that state all your questions. So he's there and he reads them to you. And so he comes up and he guides you on your journey, and you get to meet yourself. So you're essentially asking, I'm unclear whether you're asking the Iboga spirit, or you're literally just talking to your higher self, or it's a mixture of both, or if there's any difference at all. But you're essentially, you come face to face with divine intelligence. And the feeling that you get from the very start, regardless of like if the images are dark or whatever, you get this feeling, this being is so kind, so loving, so funny and sweet and adorable. It's like, it's the nicest thing. It loves you so much, and it knows you so well. It knows your entire brain, it knows all your memories, and it uses your own unique language and your sense of humor to communicate to you. So it's like literally the funniest, most excellent communicator you can possibly imagine. And it was like this orange golden glow of something that I just remember. I remembered this feeling. There's like the overwhelming feeling is I remember this. I'm like, this is my shit. Like, I come from this, And it was like, I haven't felt like this is the thing that I've been looking for.
Yeah, you.
It's me. It's where I come from, and the way that this energy's been guiding us our entire lives. Like, we'll get into that later in the podcast, but so Skip comes and guides you, and you have a list of questions, and so he starts asking you the questions to ask to yourself. One of my questions is, why am I driven by success, and why do I derive my self-worth from it? So the first question was like, why am I driven by success? And the answer was, because you want love. Super simple, to the point. It's like, it just gets written out on the screen, period, because you want love. I'm like, okay. And he's like, well, ask it. And so Skip Guide you says, ask it if that's the right way to get love. It's like, no, love comes from self.
Yeah.
It's simple, clear.
And so the medicine continually guides us to be the best version of ourselves. And what it really truly wants for all of us is to learn how to love ourselves the way that it was intended to be from creation. So it's different than the self-love we're taught. Self-love sometimes comes down to just honoring what the hell we are, who we are. Stop minimizing your own voice and ways in which to take care of yourself so that you don't miss anything. Yeah. You don't miss something that comes up. You speak your truth when you need to, and you live a happy life. Not, we're so good. We get so good at pleasing everybody in our lives. We get so good at wearing this mask where we take care of everybody around us. Everybody that's listening now can resonate with this. Take care of my daughter, my husband, whatever it is. You're taking care of everybody in your life but you. And Iboga shows you that that's no longer acceptable. That's been unacceptable the whole time, and you're missing everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard to perceive that because we experience life through our traumas. Mm-hmm. And if you're like me, I think a lot of people like this. Our traumas are unprocessed. We have a trauma. For me, my entire life, I've never once was allowed to feel any of my pain. I never allowed myself to feel it. Never felt it. Never felt any of it, of how scared, how alone, how sad and depressed and lonely and just super fearful I was as a child. Never.
Yeah.
I had to be strong to help my mom, to help my brother, to help my family.
Yep.
And I was allowed to feel that and see that for the first time. And so all those old triggers, all that old stuff, these loops just get freed from, got taken away from me, man.
Yeah. Lifts that stuff.
Fucking beautiful, dude. And so my next question was, why do I do drugs and alcohol? And the answers become so quick, and they're so clear that you just all of your because you go in with doubt in your mind, like I'm just making this stuff up because that's what you think. Mm-hmm. But the answers become so clear and intelligent and simple. There's no way because I don't know this. You know what I mean? And so the instant answer it said because you want to turn your mind off. I'm like, okay. I always thought it was, I always thought I was damaged or weird or was an addict or,
Well, that's what we do to ourselves. See, that's a component of self-love that we don't realize is taking the pieces that are the shadow and bringing them back home and loving the whole piece. Because whatever you did to feel good was because you wanted to feel good.
Yeah.
You just were doing it in a way that eventually didn't make you feel good. And so it's really quite simple. The piece of you that you rejected, you bring it back home.
Yeah.
You take the piece that you think is unlovable and you love it.
Yeah.
You bring it back home as the total of your being. And Iboga wants you just to be happy, and to see, they also want you to see it all and feel it all.
Yeah.
If you're willing to do it,
you got to feel it to heal it, dude. And I've had therapists tell me that my whole life. Yeah. Therapists and psychics. Oh yeah, you have all this pain and trauma from your childhood. You got to feel it. Okay, I'm gonna go home and just feel it tonight.
Yep.
I tried.
That's the thing about this medicine is there's some magic to it. It knows how to clear
some magic.
It knows how to clear the space for you to no longer have the walls of the how do I do this? We all go like, oh, I know the answer, but I don't know how to do it.
Well, you get to ask any question you want of it and give you direct, specific answers. It's like it clears everything up.
Yep. But it's also, see, even from a scientific standpoint, it's doing so many things in the human brain, resetting neuroreceptors and clearing pathways that are no longer necessary. It's kind of like going in and pruning a big tree. It's just making space for other things to grow. And so you take away all the stuff that is no longer needed out of the human brain. You're still you. You still love yourself. You still have all the things that you love about yourself. They're all there. All the memories are still there. But you don't relate to them the same way. And so once that's all cleared out, even from a brain perspective, you're going to start to feel better. And tell me if this is true. You feel like there's just more space in you now.
I felt before like I couldn't remember anything. It's hard for me to remember stuff. I was just so stressed out, and there's just so much shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't ever have peace.
Cloudy.
I didn't ever have peace because my mind was just going. And now, dude, it's just like just waking up and like getting to be me is a fucking pleasure and a joy, dude.
Totally.
And I get to experience my family in this new way and like just be present. It's phenomenal, dude. Mm-hmm. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The space that you get to feel, like when you have space, you get to feel, dude. You get to feel.
You can feel.
And it's like anything can make you cry if you want to. You can just get in that emotional place.
Yeah.
I'm a better communicator.
Yeah.
Because I'm present and I trust.
Yeah. My
doubt has been deleted, dude. Left it.
Yeah.
I shat it out, literally.
Mm-hmm.
After my first journey, like I felt this big like poo brewing up in me, and I went to the bathroom, dude, and it was a straight up fucking nasty big log like you wouldn't believe. And this thing left my body, dude, and I literally like saw stars and was queasy and wanted to cry. Yeah. And then a voice comes in my head and said, that was all your doubt. Goodbye. Flush it down the toilet. Did you ever know you could imbue a turd with magical feelings from your past? Holy shit.
Yeah, holy shit is right.
That happens to me multiple times. Shout out a bunch of stuff that I didn't need anymore. So, I asked it about why do I do drugs? And it said, well, because you want to turn off your mind. And it's like, well, is that the right way to do it? It's like, well, you just learn how to turn off your mind. That's what this whole process is, learning how to turn off your mind and learning how to live from your heart, and you won't want to do it anymore. And then I always had this voice in my head, is that even the best? Is that really the best? Is it even realistic being sober? Is that really the best for me? It's like, yeah, totally. No, that's realistic, and it's what you're going to do. Yeah. You're not going to want to do it. You're not going to want to do it anymore.
It's true.
It's like, and you can do it if you want to, but you won't want to.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's deleting this whole, there's this taboo thing that makes me bad that when I do it, it's bad.
Oh yeah.
Which is the lie that keeps you there, because the resistance breeds the persistence.
Yep.
My next question was, what is this whole valor thing that I'm being asked to step into? Because as you guys know, from previous podcasts, and I got the valor card tattooed on me, because it was made very clear to me. Javen came to my house and said, the guides wanted me to come here to give this to you. This is the next step for you. When this happens, all of the things fall into place in your life. All of the success. The whole reality that you want to make, it's effortless for you when you achieve valor. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's do that then. And then he's like, yeah, and then when you do it, it's going to inspire me to do it, and that's why I'm here, because he wants to do the same thing. And I'm like, that's crazy. I'm going to inspire you to do stuff. I always envisioned, I put Javen Gary on this pedestal of this holy man that had all the answers for me. And what I realized is that I had the answers the whole time, and now I get to help him find the answers too. Mm-hmm. And so my next question was, what is this valor that I'm being asked to step into? And the answer was simple. It's Iboga. Having valor is bravery in the face of great danger.
It's facing everything that you didn't face.
All of the shit, dude. All of the stuff you don't want to face. You have to have valor. You have to dive in with valor.
And the beautiful thing about this medicine is that when you face the truth, it sounds really scary. We all make that protective coating around our hearts, and we're terrified of it. We lock it away in this little room in our minds, and we go, this is a no-no zone, and we don't go in there.
Yeah.
And the truth is when you look at it, it's like that.
And dude, it's not only scary, it's not just scary at the beginning. It turns into the best thing that you ever could have possibly done. Mm-hmm. It's the power of vulnerability, of saying yes to the universe, of saying yes to God, and allowing the truth to be seen, felt, and heard within your being, because then you get to become your true self. Truth. The only thing you're holding away from is you becoming your true self, and you become vulnerable and open to the world, and that becomes your superpower, man.
If you're willing to look at it, you're willing to speak about it. If you're willing to speak about it, then you're teaching people how to do it themselves. That's the medicine for the world. Everything that you've locked away, that you've rejected. There's a quote in the Bible I love. It's a stone that the builder refuse shall be the head cornerstone. The things you refuse are the things you should choose. It's the thing that you're not willing to look at that is the treasure.
That's the shadow work, baby.
Yep.
God. So beautiful.
It's wonderful, man.
So another one of my questions was, how do I fix my health issues? Various health issues. It's a very simple answer. We already are.
Yep.
Excuse me? So Skip told me going into this, it was like, oh, it heals your body. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like what? Like metaphorically or something? Like heals your energy or something? I thought of it in this obscure kind of way. And no, it's not. It heals your body. It heals your body, dude. And you can ask it to do whatever. It goes into your body and changes things and cleans things out. I've been reborn, dude. Like literally. Like the first thing I noticed after, like my teeth feel so clean.
Yeah.
I said that to everyone. I was like, my teeth feel so clean. It's weird. It's like I don't have to brush my teeth. Skip's like, yeah, you won't have to brush your teeth as much anymore. Mm-hmm. Like the Wheatie all have like perfect teeth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is wild. And then one thing that happened to me for like 3 years is I have to pee at night like 4, 5, 6 times. It's torturous. I hate it. And ever since I did the Iboga, I don't have that problem. It just healed. It healed that problem for me.
You can root out viruses. You can root out dysfunctions within organs. You can find them all yourself and heal them. And the medicine's really, really great at that. And of course, it's not going to go against your will. It's never going to do something that you don't need. And it's never going to do anything you're not willing to maintain. If you're really ready to put something down, you can put it down. And be happy and healthy.
Put it down now and come out with your hands up.
And that's, through my health issues in my life, I've realized that there's a trap when you get some sort of illness in your body. There's a trap, and it's becoming accustomed to the sympathy and the emotions that surround being sick. Is you can easily start to make that part of your personality. You can choose to make that part of your personality. Maybe you don't even choose it. You think you're not choosing it, but you are. It's still your choice. And you have to be willing. You have to be willing to be healthy. You have to want that.
Yeah.
But it does. So it'll go in and it's a physical medicine as much as a spiritual and mental medicine. And so this particular medicine, I'm quite convinced that it can do anything that you can imagine.
Yeah, and it's like, I heard that before, and it's kind of like blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I get it if you're out there and you're going, yeah, it's cool. But until you experience it in your body and it showing you and communicating with you things, there's no way that it could possibly know. And then waking up the next day and feeling like a reborn baby, and then having your health ailments go away, and then looking at your skin in the mirror and go like, dude, something's changing in myself. It's undeniable.
There's documented cases of throughout history with the Bwiti of transplants, of it going in and completely replacing a piece of your body.
Yeah.
This has happened.
Yes.
But, the other thing to mention is all of these things are possible, but this medicine gives you what you're supposed to get. And so on our own specific, unique journeys, it's going to give you what you need in order to be the best you possible. So it's not going to go in and fix all of your problems in one night, or maybe it will. But the truth is that it can. And if you're willing and you're ready, this medicine loves when people are fed up. It loves when I'm fed up with feeling this way.
Yeah.
I don't want this anymore. And that comes from 100%. You being 100% that this way that I'm living, or this what I'm doing to myself.
That's exactly where I was at.
That is what it loves.
I went into it. I mean, I don't show it to people because I don't want to burden anyone. Mm-hmm. But leading up to this situation, ever since the Valor thing with Javen, I was losing my faith, man.
Yeah,
losing my faith, ridden with anxiety and doubt and stressed. And I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore, dude. I need to find the thing. And then the thing was right there. It was just beautiful, man.
It's beautiful.
The next question that I asked the Iboga was, will I become clairvoyant? And it was instantly, you already are. Okay. Which at the time I was like, okay, well that's cool. Like I didn't really get it. But as the time went on and it showed me all of the realities that I always knew, it takes away all your doubt about your own voice. And the only difference between clairvoyant Evan and not clairvoyant Evan is Evan not listening to his own voice.
Doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, after this experience, dude, my ability to read people's minds and predict things and the way it happens, it's fucking wild, dude.
Yep.
It is wild. And, I don't want it to come off braggadocious, but, I guess I don't really care. It's not braggadocious. It's truth. And I want to inspire people to know that all these things are possible for themselves. It was everything that I needed, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. And as your brother, to be able to do that and be the provider for that journey, it's such a gift for me. That's such a gift for me. to be able to bring you through that process was something I'll never forget my entire life. To see, I know what this medicine is.
That's the coolest thing about it, dude, is like you get to become the person that your loved ones deserve to receive. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm healed and I'll heal you too. That's what I'm born to do. When you see me on your avenue, you know that your wildest love come true.
Yeah.
Because I'm healed and I'll heal you too. Yeah. and that's what I was born to do. Yeah. And now the world gets me, dude. The world gets to have me for the first time.
Yeah.
And my medicine is no longer like, well, yeah, I do some cool stuff. It's kind of cool. Maybe it's like, no, I'm here to heal people, and I know how to heal people.
Yeah.
And it's what I do, and it's a pleasure, and it's an honor. It's the funnest thing I could possibly imagine.
And then you get to no longer minimize yourself for the sake of trying to make people feel as if you are what they need. You just
I did that my whole entire life, even with you. Like I was afraid. I've always been afraid to shine.
Yeah.
I've always been afraid. I've always shone and shined, whatever you say. But I've always been afraid to come off arrogant or have people feel inadequate in my presence. And no more, dude. Because real, true shining just lifts everybody up.
Not to mention that's literally just a deep-seated self-worth issue.
Yeah.
That's being young and not a product of emotional neglect. That's all that is. Not getting what you needed when you were a kid. See, the Bwiti talk about 2 movies. There's 2 movies. This is a memory, this is a picture show in here. It's memories. So they're movies. First movie goes until about the time you're 18. Let's call it 18. And that's the story that's written by your culture and your parents and society. And you live out that movie and you adopt all of the principles and you play that role. Well, the time you turn 18, that's the movie that starts. The second movie starts. And that movie is written, produced, directed, and filmed by you. Mm. See, most people don't realize that. And they just make it a sequel. They just continue that second movie and don't know that they are in complete control. 100% in full power of their choices, and that everything is a choice. There's no one to blame but you. 0. And so when you take that power back, and that's what happens to us. That didn't happen to me until I was, close to 40. But that new movie started, and it's the one that I'm going to make, taking that full power back into my own hands. That it's my show, and I'm going to do it 100%, exactly what I want to do in my life. And that's the power that it gives you. It gives you the power. It reminds you that you did it all to yourself and you can do anything you want to yourself. And so then you start choosing differently.
Yeah, man.
It's beautiful. It's liberating. And it's a lot more, it's a lot simpler than we've made it.
It's freedom. It's freedom from your mind.
Yeah. See, we all think we're very, very complex and complicated. We all think we have, nobody can understand me. I'm a weirdo, we say. I'm complicated. You have this unique set of problems that nobody in the world could possibly know about. There's nobody out there that can know about them because they're yours. But the truth is we're very, very simple. All of us, we're very simple. Very simple. It's that we've made this voice up here so damn loud that this runs the show. And that's what this medicine is about. That's what Bwiti is about, is bring it back to the heart, the soul running the show. And this takes orders from this. Forever. I run the show. I'm no longer going to play up in my mind and think of 12 reasons why this can go wrong. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what needs to happen and just do it. See, the Bwiti love Nike too. Bwiti love Nike. They love Nike. You know why? Because just do it. They say stop messing with yourself. You want something? You want it 100%?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Which doesn't make sense until you... I mean, it makes sense, but for me, it really, I got it. I got it once I received the medicine.
You got to clean all this up before that makes any sense.
It's the process of being 100%. I love that whole 100 thing is the thing now.
It's the thing.
Because it's the thing now.
Yeah.
And there's no mistakes. This is all guided, every aspect of this reality. And 100 is the only way to be. If you're not 100, then you're not that.
We all watch Netflix from time to time. You know when it's buffering and it hits 99%? Is your movie playing? No.
That's good.
It's not.
That's a good one.
You got to hit 100. It's the
That's
same with
nice.
everything in life. It's on or off. It's zeros and ones.
And so
Binary.
99.99999, cool, yeah, you're almost there. You're not there. Keep going. 100.
Yeah.
And so that's living indubiously. That's what living indubiously always has been. That's being indubious.
100.
And how can we teach others how to be indubious if we're not indubious ourselves, my dear brother? Not quite as effective.
Yeah.
It's living it, it's being it, it's feeling it, it's seeing it, it's knowing it.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time. And everything in my life up until this point has been me learning, and it's beautiful. It's been hard. And I know that you all can resonate with that. No one has a perfect life. But guess what? Your life actually is perfect. The only thing that's in the way is your mind. Mm-hmm. And when you can adopt that and remove that doubt, the perspective becomes the medicine. Mm-hmm. Whew. I got to talk to my father, to spend time with my dad, his hilarious, magnificent, golden self. Like, you have no idea how real that was.
Yeah.
How funny, how amazing.
Yeah.
I call him Rocket Pop because he showed up and he's wearing a gold suit. He's just like, first it just shows his face. And I remember like, oh yeah, I see that fucking goatee. And Skip starts laughing because Skip's guided me through all this stuff. And I'm like, and it zooms out. It's like, damn, he looks so good. He's like his prime, you know.
Yeah.
He's looking rosy and perfect. Zooms out. He's wearing a gold suit. And it zooms out even farther, and he's got like rocket legs. He's like, and he's like doing this little pop and lock move. He's like robot, Rocket Pop. And he's like, and he like burst into his normal self. He's like, oh, I'm just playing around. He gives me a big old hug, dude. And he just tells me how proud he's just like, so it was just totally my dad, dude. He's like a little kid, you know, he's like so stoked for what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And what you realize is that no one on that side of the veil, they don't have any resentments or regrets or anxieties. They're one with source.
Yeah.
You have no fucking clue how magnificent life is for them.
Yeah.
They get to see, you know, the girl who was sitting next to me having her journey. She talked to her grandma, and she said, "How's it going, Grandma?" And she's like, "It's awesome. I get to experience all of my family at once." And it's perfect.
Yeah.
I got to see Vaughn. Oh boy, Vaughn. Vaughn popped up, dude. He's a wizard. He's a wizard, and so he's like this. I just saw him like with all these like orbs and mathematical equations. He says that what he does is he crafts futures. And he says, by the way, the future's all energy. I was like, how are you doing? He's like, you have no idea, man. You have no idea. And then he says, I have some advice for you guys. I want you guys to layer your songs vibrationally. And I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? And he shows me, it's all pictographs. But it's like people are you're learning how to communicate telepathically by receiving these blocks of information. You're not hearing anything, but you're hearing it. It's like not through your ears, but it's through your heart. And so then he shows me these kind of pictographs of layering vibrationally. It's like coming up with the prime intention and then the ways in which the footnotes of that intention. And he says it sounds simple, but it's a way that's going to revolutionize the music you guys make. And you can come back to me for advice like this anytime. I got all sorts of tricks up my sleeve, bro. Mm-hmm. It was magical.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay, that's cool. This is kind of the end of, Skip's gone. So I'm asking questions in my head. You're sitting there for hours and hours and hours and hours.
Still there.
You were still there for that one. But after this, I think, is when you started going tending to the other
We took you to Marcus Jackson too.
Yeah, Marcus Jackson. I got to see Marcus Jackson and meet him. That was amazing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how people show up and they're them.
Yeah.
And you get to feel them. And he just is just, I was like giving him this whole, like, thank you so much for the gift. And he was like, dude, thank you for the gift, man. There's nobody else. I'd rather be doing this. You guys he's like, y'all are killing it. He's like little homies style. Like, man, you guys are killing it, man. It's crazy. And, very, very, very cool. Very healing.
Yeah.
And so I, you have hours and hours, you're sitting there, you get to come up with all kinds of questions, talk about all kinds of things. I asked, how old am I going to live? He told me he was going to live to 78 years old, which is crazy. That's the same age that Jason told me. Mm-hmm. I'm just realizing that now. Yeah. So it shows me this little ticker and it's going up. It's like, how old am I going to live? Everything it shows you is the most funniest, wittiest.
It's hilarious.
Charming, fucking theatrical. Everything's got like sparkles and glitter. It's like, yeah. And so it shows me this little ticker. It goes up, goes through 50s, 60s, goes to 70s, and then it goes up and it goes to 78, and it's got this little like boundary that it's like this little like tab that it's pushing against, and it goes boo, and it breaks through. It goes bam, and hits the top board. So it flies through space, flies through the heavens, and hits the top board. And the instinct was like, you're gonna live forever, dude, until you return back to God. Yeah. I was like, okay, tight. I was like, I'm gonna live this. Can you show me something from the future that I'm like, what my reality in the future is gonna be? Like, boom, music fucking video of me and Skip when we're 70 years old. No fucking joke, dude. We have I got goosebumps talking about it, man. We have white beards like down to our waist, and we're just fucking jamming, dude. It's hilarious. And it's this crazy futuristic scene. It reminds me very much of like Wookiee foot style. I have like this like neon white. I'm wearing neon white. That's the only way I know how to say it. And my I got this big top hat and this like crazy lizard cloak, and I'm like jumping on a trampoline doing these little funny moves, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah. And it's vivid, right? It's like
it's beyond, dude.
Yeah.
It's beyond, and it's instant.
Yeah.
Instant, intelligent, loving.
I'm shocked at the way that it produces something so magnificent so quickly. What is that?
Dude, I don't know.
It's smarter than we are. It's an amazing being, very intelligent, and loves you very much. And that's all you got to know, really.
Yeah. And showed me the Leaf Man. Instantly, I know what it was saying. Just showed me a picture of the Leaf Man. Instantly, I knew what it was saying. That's what it's been the whole entire time. The Leaf Man is the Iboga. Mm-hmm. It's the Iboga plant.
Yeah.
And I was fucking mind blown, dude.
Yeah.
I'd never known what the Leaf Man is. People ask all the time, what does the Leaf Man represent? Oh, it's the guardian of sound, or, come up with weird shit. But, yeah. It's the fucking medicine. Mm-hmm. It's what does Iboga do? It takes away your doubt. Mm-hmm. And Indubious means undoubtful. I mean, come on. It's what it's been the whole time. And we go back and listen to our songs now. It's like, whoa.
Bwiti before Bwiti, yeah, for sure.
Bwiti before Bwiti, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's born Rasta.
Yeah, right.
We're all born in Rasta.
Yeah.
And then it said, we traveled back in time 20 years to deliver this image to you so you could maintain advertising consistency. Blew my mind.
Yeah.
Blew my mind, dude.
It's going to make sense to you later. Just go ahead and keep running with it. Pretty incredible. Yeah, pretty incredible.
It gave me specific people to contact. And told me to say specific phrases to them so they would know to listen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got it all, bro.
I got really blessed. So I stayed up that whole night, and then they're like, all right, go back to your room to rest. I was like, do I have to go back to my room? They're like, yeah, you should go back because you might feel different in there because it's a whole process and you have to follow the way that the Bwiti do it. There's no room for interpretation. You do what... Because the Bwiti they're not just making rules, they're being guided directly by the plant. Mm-hmm. Directly.
Yep.
And so I went back to my room and I couldn't keep quiet, dude. I was fucking on one all day.
Yeah.
On one.
Yeah.
Just going. It showed me the sword and the stone. I was like, oh, sword and the stone. It's just, this is the next day. The visions are still flowing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that? He's like, well, pull the sword out and see what happens. It's like, shing, bah! It's the sword and the stone. Don't you get it? The story. You pull the sword out of the stone and you're the king. You have died and been reborn a king, the king that you've always meant to be. You don't lead through having people serve you. You leave by being the servant of the people. And that's what you are, brother. Accept your fucking destiny. It's time to go.
I love this medicine so much.
And I'm like, dude, what? This is too good to be true. No, it's not too good to be true. It's what you deserve and it's what you've earned. And this is your life.
Yeah.
The second you have any doubt come in, it's like, hey, you're not trusting in us now? Okay, so it's a yes or it's a no. It's 100% or it's 99.99. Which one is it? I'm like, okay, fine. It's 100%. And so the day's going on. People are in the kitchen. They're talking about nicknames. I'm like, I've never really had a nickname. Boom, Iboga shows up. Your new nickname is Zest. Excuse me? Really? Yeah, that's your new nickname. Are you sure? What? How? It's like, this is the best possible nickname for you. This is your nickname. And it's like, this is the part of you, this represents the part of you that doesn't care what people think anymore.
It's so good.
I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm going to do with this.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
How do I work this into
And then it showed
my
me,
life here?
and then it showed me a vision of myself. And I'm in the gym and I have like my neon pink shorts on. I'm like working out and I'm like, I'm just myself.
Yeah.
I'm me. I'm me without any inhibitions.
Yeah.
So that was the first night.
Yeah.
Beautiful, uplifting, invigorating. Dude, I was as cocky as they come.
What Red Riding?
Oh yeah. Okay, so hey, we'll get to where I was talking. There's one. Thank you, Skip. So, oh God, this is too good. I don't know. Can I tell this?
Yeah, you just got to give it to him because it's that
Okay.
good.
I don't know. Okay. Well, so Iboga, it loves showing you how its little workers are going through your body and healing you. It loves it. It showed me like 20 times. Like, look at this. Look at this visual representation of what we're doing. It's like really cute.
Yeah.
And so it decided this, at some point I'm just sitting there and I'm just tripping, I'm having the best time of my life, dude. I can't stop laughing. Everything's just so fucking funny. And I see like, it's a vision. It pops up this man's face. He's got this little like pencil thin red mustache, silly looking little guy, but super serious. And then it zooms out a little more and he's like pulling a white helmet over his head. And it zooms out more and he's got like a white jumpsuit on. He's riding a tiny little white bike. He's like riding his bike and he goes, bam, title scene. Red Riding Rudy, the boot scooting ranger. What the fuck? And it's got like little flowery, like 70s, like pastel
Oh, it hits you
lettering,
hard with
dude.
the theatrics, yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
dude, it's ridiculous. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, watch Rudy as he rides down a trail of red. And it shows him like going down the bloodstream. I'm like, oh shit, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it's literally showing you that we're cleaning your blood.
They're cleaning you out. Yeah. We're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, this is so funny. I'm like trying to muffle my laugh. I was laughing the entire time.
Yeah,
dude.
he was on one. It was great.
And then an hour later, he pops back up in my visual field, and he like comes in his little tiny bike, comes a little circle, completed. I'm like, what? That guy is fucking hilarious. And he pops back in one more time, his little face, and he goes, ding, he winks at me. I'm like, dude, that shit's too much.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, God. It was so cool. Such a cool experience, dude. And that was the first night. And
so within these Witi ceremonies, it's a week long, and you do 2 medicine ceremonies. You get one, and then you recover, and then we do the second one, and that's part of the psycho-spiritual.
Psycho. Yeah, so And then I felt bad kind of because the 2 people that were there on the retreat with us, they didn't have quite the same experience as me.
The first night.
Yeah, the first night. And so I was like, yeah, I really hope you guys get what I get what I got. That magic and that medicine. But the second time the tables got turned on me, man.
Yeah, they did.
And the second that medicine touched my tongue, dude, my stomach was churning. And that music took a whole new energy. That music was like evil. It was evil. And I had ingested poison. And everything that I knew from the night before was gone. And it was like, you're a piece of shit. And the music was fucking with me, dude. And all my negativity came to the surface. And all my doubt, my self-criticism. And I was just in my mind, just tortured for 12 hours, dude. Tortured in hell. Thought I was going to die. But there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Hey, stop this from working in my body. No. There was just a ball of negativity growing in my stomach, dude. So it was just like this fucking ball of shit.
Yeah.
And the whole time Skip's going, dude, this is just what he says. It sounds like what you're having is a detox. He's there, he's talking to me. I'm like, yeah, well, thanks for the information. This fucking sucks. And then at a certain point, it shows me the toilet, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I gotta go to the toilet now. And trying to do anything like, what did you say? I look like an hour-old giraffe trying to walk.
An hour-old giraffe.
I could not fucking walk, dude. Just walking to the bathroom was torture.
Yeah.
And I get there, and like, I have another one of those mean poops. And then after it says, that was all your grief. Did I feel better after that? No. Continued, and it started showing me. It was like, with the music, it was like down, 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 slamming my face in my memories. Every memory that I had from a childhood of how scared I was, how I felt like shit, how I felt unworthy, how I was alone, how scared I was, and that I never allowed myself to feel. And I came out of that experience healed, because I was allowed to feel for the first time the things I never allowed myself to feel. And you have to feel it to heal it. You have to feel it to heal it. And it knew what it was doing. It humbled my ass. Served me up some fucking humble soup, dude. And
that's what it does. And so some of us in our life, we tend the garden daily, and we take care of the weeds daily. What ends up happening is when we have packed in old stuff that's really deep in there, well, that's going to hurt coming out.
Yeah.
But the good news is when it comes out, man, do you feel good.
Yeah, and I didn't know that you could just shit it out in a magical turd.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Holy shit,
100%. It allowed me to feel. And Skip came in my room because the Iboga's talking to him all the time. He's just part of it. I mean, like I am now. And he says came in to give me a download of what it told him is that the reason that I have this incessant need for accomplishment and work is because I'm running from those feelings. What I've been running from my entire life. That's where being a workaholic comes from. It's trying to
occupy the mind,
occupy every second of every day, to not feel.
Yeah.
And now I get to feel, dude. And now I get to heal. And now I get to be present and not be tortured by my thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's the most tremendous gift that I could ever have wanted in my life. And now I'm excited for all you guys, everyone listening, because you guys get Zest, and every day with Zest is blessed.
Well done. Well done. No, that was you brought it through, bro. And that's amazing. And yeah, it was a joy to witness, and to be able to facilitate this ancient technology is just like such a humbling honor for me. It's amazing. It's a gift.
It becomes abundantly clear how laughable it is trying to figure things out in a scientific way.
Yeah.
It's like there is magic and mystery beyond what you will ever comprehend.
Yep.
Just accept it.
You just accept it. Let go.
Let go and let God.
It's beautiful, bro. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
It feels great.
You just seem lifted too. I mean,
Dude, I'm fucking
noticed-
lifted, bro. I'm lit.
Yeah,
I am litty.
yeah.
And spoke to me very, very clearly after, and it said that my life now is the sun card.
Yep. It's time to enjoy it.
The shit was that? That was crazy, right?
It was crazy. So right when Evan did that, the screensaver popped up.
That was weird.
Exactly the right moment. Okay.
So I'll try it one more time. I'm showing, this is for people watching on YouTube. You can see the sun card. And so it says your life now it's a sun card. So I'm going to get that other tattoo on this. It's just like very clear what's happening and where you go in your life. It's like this intuitive, effortless knowing. And I looked up the sun card, the Thoth sun card definition. It was fucking crazy, bro. Mm-hmm. It's like, it's integrating the dark and going to the light. It's literally what it is.
You have to. You have to take your dark to the light.
And you guys see what that is? The thing that I chose back there, that's the sun card too. And so that's what my life is now.
An awesome story, bro. I mean, it was a joy to witness, and hopefully everybody got a little bit of more of a taste of a different perspective of the medicine. It's always nice to hear.
Oh, brother, yeah. You're gonna be so successful with what you're doing, man.
I'm just happy to help. And if anybody has any questions about the medicine, I can direct you to where to go to get treatment, and we can make something happen. You can email me at ibogarebirth@gmail.com. Or just go to my Insta page. Iboga Rebirth is on Instagram, so you can DM me there, or the website will be up soon, ibogarebirth.com.
Yeah.
But happy to help answer any questions that anybody has, and shoot dang, I love you guys. Thanks
Love
for
you guys.
listening.
Yeah, this is the Living Indubiously podcast. Bless it, and we love you guys. Peace.
Whatever you focus upon becomes your truth.